My name's Talon, aka Frag Out Talon, as you guys probably know me from some of my shorts. But I just kind of wanted to make this long form video to come and explain to you guys how I got into fragrance, my journey, and all of that good stuff. But starting out, I haven't always been into fragrances, and nor have I always been creating content since I first got into fragrances. That was kind of a leap of faith, kind of something that I had to grow into and get confident enough to do. But starting out, I kind of got into fragrances through my dad, and he always tells me, "Man, you got to give me my credit, man. You got to give me my credit." But yeah, I just kind of got into fragrances through him because he kept a bottle of Creed Aventus, and one time he gave me a partial bottle. I guess he had got a new one, and he gave me one that had a little bit left in it, and I just kind of kept that in my collection from that point on because I always got compliments on it. And that version of Creed Aventus lasted. It was one of those things that lasted all day. People smelled it on me all day, and I never failed to receive a compliment of how good I smelled. And that kind of opened my eyes a little bit, so I always wanted to keep that in rotation. But I had little stuff like Nautica Voyage, Polo Parfum, things like that I had bought on my own. Mind you, this is before I knew anything about discounters or anything like that. It was all kind of Dillard's shopping, things of that nature. One time, about this time last year, my dad he's a TikTok shop of Fanatic. So he ordered a bundle, or he ordered some fragrances on TikTok shop, and he was explaining them to me. He was like, "Man, this thing just lingers and it just lasts all day." He said, "I just smell it through my house all day. I sprayed it one time, whatever." So I was like, "Man, okay, I kind of want to just check that out a little bit." I didn't know anything about TikTok shop fragrances. I didn't think they were really hitting like that. But I got a bundle, and it was, if I remember correctly, a Tralia Elixir, Latafa Assad, and Latafa Kamra. And when I got them, I wasn't really a fan of Latafa Kamra at the time, but it has kind of grew on me since then. And that kind of kickstarted my collection a little bit. The same time I came home to those fragrances, I also came home to YSL myself, another bottle of Creed Aventus that I had, Valentino Uomo Intense. And then I picked up my first bottle in store because a lot of those were bought online. So I went to the store just for the experience to buy a fragrance, and I bought YSL EDP, which I really loved, and that one was extremely strong to me because I oversprayed it. But the first time I wore that one, it was extremely strong, and that was kind of just like the jump start of my collection. Then I kind of fast forward, I would buy little fragrances here and there. Like I picked up my first niche after that, which was Initio Side Effect. I brought it from Fragrance Neve, and they had the best prices on Fragrance Neve because I was looking at it on Amazon, and it was like $400 something. But when I seen Fragrance Neve, like I seen the prices, I could not, like, no passing that up. Had to buy it. So that was my very first niche, was Initio Side Effect. And yeah, it was from the hype online. Of course, when you're just getting into fragrances, I don't know where to go to get, the good, like I can't smell Initio Side Effect in store. So all I have is people's opinions online, their reviews and things like that, and people liked it. And when I got it, surprisingly, I loved it, and I couldn't explain to you why at the time. All I knew was it was different, and I was into being different. I was into discovering new scent profiles and all kinds of things of that nature. And that's what that was ultimately, is a crazy different scent profile that you're not just going to smell every single day. Not, you can't just walk by with that fragrance on and someone be like, "You got on such and such." Not 9 times out of 10, they're not gonna know unless they're actually into fragrances to an extent. But that's really how my collection got kickstarted. And from that point on, it just stuck. Like, the more bottles I accumulated a bunch of Manceras and Louis Vuitton. I got some of those, and the more I accumulated, the more I was like, well, I've got enough cologne to last me years. Why don't I just, like, people at work don't like talking about this stuff like me. Not everybody relates to me when I want to talk about it. So why don't I start creating content, and maybe, I'll meet people who are into fragrances just as much as me, and we can network and talk and put each other on the new fragrances and things like that. So that's exactly what I have accomplished since I started creating content. Was I have met a lot of like-minded people. I let this fragrance journey take me all the way to New York City at Scent Explore for a fragrance event. And mind you, this time last year, I didn't even know that they had fragrance events. I didn't know it was that big of a niche. Like, I had no idea it was that deep. until I got into it. And the more I got into fragrances, the more I learned to appreciate the journey and depth and art behind a fragrance rather than just smelling good for compliments. You know, mind you, everybody does like to smell good. Everybody likes to be told they smell good. That's like one of the best compliments you can get, in my opinion, is to be told you smell good. And it's nice to and reassuring to hear that. But for me, the deeper I got into it, I started wearing fragrances for myself. As I'm getting older, you know, I'm 28 years old right now, so I'm getting older. And the more I get into it, I don't really care for the attention. You know, I just kind of like the feeling it gives me, if that makes any sense. It gives me a great feeling. Like, I have an addictive personality, and I kind of got overly addicted to fragrances because they made me feel good, and buying them made me feel good. And you can get addicted to anything that makes you feel good or makes you happy, which it seems harmless, right? But it could be harmful to your bank account if you're not responsible enough. And I kind of was a little reckless, a little irresponsible from time to time. But, you know, you live and you learn. But that's just kind of my story on how I got into fragrances. I don't regret any fragrances that I have. Every fragrance was like a piece of my journey being put together. I was at different phases in my life, and I couldn't have told you that I would like a scent profile like this fragrance has, Kazadi number 79. It has an outstanding scent profile to me, but I know not everybody is going to like this fragrance. If you're into something different, then this fragrance might be for you. But if you're kind of like, you like the basic fresh blue fragrance scent profiles, this probably won't be for you. But if you're deep into fragrance and the art behind it and the journey of a fragrance, then fragrances like this might be for you. Which, in my shorts, I do talk about a lot of niche. Even from cheapies, I don't discriminate. I wear cheapies, I wear niche, I wear whatever I like. I don't care what anyone has to say. If someone is hating on you for buying cheapy fragrances, then they don't need to be around you. Because not everybody wants to spend $300, $400, even $200 on a niche fragrance. We all can't. We all don't make irresponsible decisions like that. Like me, I do. But yeah, that's just kind of how I got into fragrances for those who might have been interested. It's been fun for me. It's just a great hobby. It's taken me all the way to New York, you know, just chasing my passion. And I'm going to end this video on, if you have a passion, chase it. Don't let anyone's opinions or your fear or of what someone might say, things of that nature, you just got to go for it, and you'll realize not everybody cares as much as you may think they do. You know, someone might crack a joke here and there. They might, say, I seen your video here and there. They might even ask you. It'll come to a point, say you're into fragrances, it'll come to a point where people start coming to you for advice because they know you're into fragrances. Like, nobody's really going to knock it like you might think. Especially when it comes to content. Like, yeah, someone might say a little, comment about your video here and there, but it just comes and goes. That's all it is to it. So if you have a passion of anything, it don't even got to be fragrance. Chase it. Go for it. You'll be surprised where it could take you when you just go all in and follow your passion. It can take you lots of places. But other than that, I'm not going to stretch this video too much longer. I just want to remind you guys to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't. I have hella fragrance shorts that you guys can tap into and more content coming. So if you guys want to see any content from me, feel free to comment below and let me know. I'm taking all recommendations. Other than that, I appreciate you guys for subscribing. Hope y'all have a good rest of y'all's day.